organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. UI students can now get on the fast track to graduation.
Wizards, Wands, and Iowa Hawkeyes. One group is trying to bring magic to the UI campus. Coming up.
And in sports, Iowa basketball looks to end their regular season with some vengeance.
We're bringing all that and more coming up.
This is Daily Iowan TV. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Nago.
And I'm Mary Caldwell. Changes aren't always for the better, and that could be the case for UI graduate students in the future. Tuesday night, Graduate College Dean John Keller announced the changes programs will face due to university budget cuts. The Graduate College has already lost $700,000 for the school year and expects to make major changes to their programs. Each graduate degree will be evaluated to see if they will continue. And while graduate students may be facing cuts, next semester some students will have the opportunity to graduate college for less time and money than ever before. Daily Iowan TV's Greta Miley found out why.
The words GPA, course load, and tuition are familiar and sometimes scary terms to any college student. But a new program coming to the university this fall will drastically impact all of these pressures on participating students.
There's two reasons for it. One is knocking off a year of school. And if you're out of state or in state, that's going to save you a considerable amount of money. But a lot of our students come here with credit. And a lot of our students want some flexibility in programs.
It's called the Iowa Degree in 3 and allows first-year students registering in fall of 2015 to graduate in 3 years if they choose to partake in the program.
It forces me at the beginning of my Iowa career to think of what 3 years out is going to look like. So if I want to study abroad, how am I going to fit that in? It could be a 2-week intersession, it could be a summer, but then I've got to be thinking how many credits I'm going to get for it, what courses I need, things like that. If I want to do an internship, can I do that in 3 years? And if so, when?
Mueller said the program was created for a specific type of student.
A student has to complete the same degree requirements that a student would in 4 years. So you're looking at taking summer school probably for 2 summers and probably a course load of 15 to 16 credits a semester. Now that's a pretty heavy semester load. Some may be wanting to go right to graduate school. Some may have they want to get in the job market right away after 3 years. So I think it's going to be interesting for us to see who's interested as well.
Majors include communication studies, history, English, international studies, marketing, and theater arts. UI officials hope to confirm more major areas when the program launches. Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
Iowa Governor Terry Branson's three new Board of Regents appointees will face the Iowa Senate for approval, but some members of the Senate are questioning Branson's selections. Branson has appointed 3 women to spots that will open at the end of April. 2 identify as Republican, and the third, a UNI student, hasn't identified with a party. The controversy is that the Board of Regents with 5 Republican members, 3 with no affiliation, and only 1 Democrat. The Democratic members of the Iowa Senate would like to see a more bipartisan board.
How would you like to choose the next University of Iowa president? Well, here's your chance. Iowa Student Government and Graduate Professional Student Government are looking for students to apply to serve on one of the presidential charter and advisory committees. Students would work together with faculty to find the next president for the university.
A little taste of Hogwarts might be coming to the University of Iowa. The University Lecture Committee is trying to bring author J.K. Rowling to speak on campus. But to bring her here might not be as easy as a flash of a wand. Austin Love has more.
J.K. Rowling, creator of the wizard world of Harry Potter, is in the sights of the University of Iowa's Lecture Committee.
We are trying to bring speakers that kind of can inspire, motivate, promote thought on campus and also in the community. And we were kind of looking into authors, and J.K. Rowling came up.
The last time that Rowling spoke formally at a college was giving Harvard's commencement speech in 2008. Knowing that, Nathaniel and the rest of the lecture committee realized that there's no magic spell to getting the famed author to come to campus. Instead, They're trying to appeal to her in a much bigger way.
What we're trying to do is, instead of just kind of send her one formal letter of invitation from the lecture committee, which is what we would do for other speakers, we thought, wouldn't it be great if we got the whole community to kind of come together and write their own letters.
With hundreds of letters pouring in from the community, one is coming from sophomore and English major Courtney Bright.
It would just mean a ton if J.K. Rowling could come here. She inspired me to become an English major and so many other things.
Iowa City is one of 7 UNESCO cities of literature in the entire world and the only one in the United States, putting Rowling in familiar company.
Edinburgh, Scotland is another one of the 7, and that's where she wrote her Harry Potter books. And so we kind of had this connection automatically.
If you're a J.K. Rowling's fan and want to submit a letter of your own, be sure to write it and drop it off here, the 3rd floor of the Blank Honor Center. I'm Austin Love, Daily Iowan TV.
The last day to submit letters to Rowling is March 12th. And Mary, it was still a little cold today, but at least some of the ice melted.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. It was a lot less slippery outside today.
Yeah, so Megan, what do you have for us for the rest of the week?
Today was another cold day here in Iowa City, but it looks like we will have spring weather coming our way. Before that, let's see what we have going for tomorrow. Thursday morning will kick off with cold negative temperatures and clear skies. As we head into the afternoon, those temperatures are going to rise slightly into the single digits. As we wind down Thursday evening, you can expect the same single digits. Now, let's talk about what we've all been waiting for, spring weather. This coming Friday and Saturday, we may experience highs of 40 degrees. It looks like these warmer temperatures will continue to rise on Sunday and the rest of the week ahead. We may finally be able to shed some winter clothing. That's all I have for you in the weather studio. Back to you guys at the desk.
2 days ago, the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education announced that UI was ranked among the top 10 worst colleges for freedom of speech. Daily Iowan TV reporter Elena Hammer wanted to find out what UI students thought about this and why.
A prime example of the university's lack of speech would be when the KKK sculpture was set out on the Pentacrest this past December and was taken down by the university because the public was either frightened or embarrassed of it. Here are some students' opinions and explaining their concern for Iowa's lack of freedom of speech and improvements that can be made.
I think it's part of a bigger issue of the country being more soft in a way, in that everyone's so conservative and sensitive of offending other people.
In order to change it, I would probably, encourage university officials to just let their students know that they appreciate their free speech despite what this rating is and whatever lists we've been put on.
A lot of people have a lot of different varying views, but they all have the right to express those views, and being part of a large university, all students should be able to do so without administrative faculty saying that they can't.
As you can see, there are many sides to this controversial topic. I'm Elena Hammer with Daily Iowan TV.
Yesterday, we gave you an update on the Boston bombing trial. We now have new information on Johar Tsarnaev's defense. Today, his lawyer admitted that he did partake in the Boston Marathon bombing. The defense attorney said that he was recruited and influenced to commit the crimes by his brother. The argument is that his actions were not his own.
The investigation into the killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri came to a close today. The Justice Department is not charging Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson. Prosecutors proved that Wilson actually feared for his safety, even though they couldn't prove whether or not Brown reached for Wilson's gun.
Wednesday's Courtside Show with Whitney Blakemore and Jalen Socek is back.
That's right, Michelle, but this is the last time for the regular season. Jalen and Whitney, how is the end of the season looking for the Hawkeyes?
Mary and Michelle, the future is bright. Before we get to their next match against Northwestern, let's take a look at how Iowa performed last night on the road.
McCaffrey and company extended their win streak to 5 games Tuesday night, taking down Indiana in Assembly Hall 77-63.
Aaron White had his 3rd straight 20-plus game for the first time in his career against the Wildcats, ending the night with 21 points. Jared Utoff also grabbing double digits with 14 points and pulled in 3 steals and 3 blocks.
This is the first time Iowa has won 5 straight games since the 1996-97 season, pushing them to 4th in the Big Ten, meaning if they can maintain that, a double bye for the Hawkeyes in the Big Ten tournament.
Hopefully they will turn that into 6 wins with Iowa's last regular season game approaching. They'll take center court at Carver Hawkeye Arena for the last time against Northwestern this Saturday.
The road game against the Wildcats didn't end in Iowa's favor, but that was 6 games ago. Now let's see how the two face up against each other. Taylor Brooks takes us inside the numbers for this one.
When Iowa last played Northwestern 6 games ago, the ending silenced almost everyone as the Wildcats pulled off an overtime win, 66-61.
Yep. Got outfought.
Only one Iowa player was able to score in double digits, Jared Utoff. The redshirt junior's stellar performance and off-balance 3 to send the game into overtime had 25 points, but it still wasn't enough to pull off that win.
A couple calls, I think, were what he thought there was going to be a foul, and there wasn't. But it doesn't matter what happened. It was we didn't finish at the rim. We didn't establish, our ability to score at the rim pretty much the whole game.
3 Northwestern players ended in double digits, where Bryant McIntosh went 6 for 6 from the field, but Alex Ola's double-double of 13 rebounds and 11 points had Iowa on edge. After the Iowa overtime win, the Wildcats went on to win 4 out of their next 5 contests, beating Minnesota, Indiana, Penn State, and Michigan. Jared Utoff is also continuing his surge as he is one of the only 2 Big Ten players averaging 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks. The other Big Ten player, Frank Kaminsky.
Thanks, Taylor. Aaron White, a name that we cannot mention enough, but if you remember, it was in that last Northwestern game that we saw one of his worst performances yet.
However, we can expect a different White this time around, one that has been dominating the court.
You've heard me say this a lot, Rob. It was Jared Cole's team, it was Matt Gaines' team, it was Marble's team. Now it's Aaron White's team.
Before the season even started, eyes were on Aaron White. And after these 5 straight wins, no one is questioning his leadership. For the 3rd straight game, he hit over 20 points and was named Big Ten Player of the Week for the first time in his career on Monday.
It's a good feeling to have, and man, it's way easier to play when my shot's falling. Opens up my drives, I can make plays for others.
Whether it's that senior surge or just his time to shine, there is no denying that the Strongsville, Ohio native is playing the best game of his life.
This is a lot of fun playing at this level. You can't take it for granted, and that's kind of what I'm doing my last go-around.
He most recently grabbed a career-high 29 points against Illinois and season-high 14 rebounds in the overtime victory against Penn State.
His ability to affect the game at both ends, on the glass, defensively, in transition, at half court. He was having fun.
And while it may be fun to lead the team statistically, what he does to lead the team in other ways can only be described in one word.
Everything. He's a guy that you love to play with. He's a leader. He's always talking, getting guys where they need to go. Being positive, picking guys up. He does everything, and not just the 29 points he had or whatever it was, but he does all the other little things that you need in a leader to win.
With just 1 game left in regular season play, the 6'9" forward is determined to end things on a positive track.
We lose 2 games, and it's kind of this cloud that, the world's going to end. We're going to go on that streak that we went on last year, and kind of what we did was we just stepped our foot in the ground and said, this is a different team. It ain't happening this year.
White, along with classmates Gable Ashaney, Josh Oglesby, and Kyle Denning, will be honored before tip-off for Senior Day on Saturday.
But that'll do it for this court-size show. We'll now toss it back to the news desk for some pretty exciting but devastating news for both myself and my fellow country fans out there.
That's right, for all you Shania Twain fans out there. Good news is Shania is back on the road this summer for the first time in over a decade, but it's also her final tour ever.
That's right, Mary, and the tour will kick off on June 5th and will make 2 stops close to Iowa City, one in Des Moines August 6th and in Moline June 26th.
Tickets go on sale on Friday, March 13th at 10 a.m., so buy them while you can.
I definitely am going to buy them before they sell out.
Me too, Michelle. That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to tune in tomorrow evening for more of the latest news.
I'm Michelle Nago.
And I'm Mary Caldwell. Thanks for watching Daily Iowan TV.
And have a great night.